Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm really excited for this video because I've seen a bunch of creators in the beauty space from all over the world do videos like this, and vlogmas ka to pata nahi, but something like this I think I can make an annual thing where I really deep dive into my top 3 makeup items from every single category of makeup that we wear and that at least I wear on the regular. I hope that this is something that you'll find super helpful. There'll be mini reviews through this entire video with every single makeup step. I will even try to go step by step when I'm giving you these little mini reviews. And if you guys give me a good response to this, I will do this literally on a yearly basis. I will make this one of those traditions. Before I really dive into the video, I want to give a little shout out to Verified's special offer. You guys know my blog completes 10 years on the 8th of December. Oh my god, I cannot believe it is going to be 10 years. I've been doing this job for 10 years. I can't believe it, and I'm so grateful for it every single day. And in honor of my blogiversary of doing this for a decade, I'm going ahead and announcing a flash sale on Verified. For my blogiversary, you have not 1, not 2, but 3 offers to choose from. You can either avail a 10% off on every single order on checkout with no minimum value. You could get a free empty gift pouch and gift box if you order worth 1,999 or more. Or you could get the entire gift box of 10 at 6,999 instead of the actual worth of 8,990. Go ahead and check the description for the links and more details. Happy shopping! What we did during Diwali was only one color. However, this time I'm making it a point to add in more color options for you, and we have actually a special color add-on for this offer. So make sure you guys go ahead and check it out. Set your alerts for 8th of December. This is going to be a 1-day flash sale only, and yeah, it's only till stocks last, so just put that reminder out there. Now that I've gotten that little offer announcement out of the way, let's just dive right into this video. Okay, so as I mentioned in the introduction, I'm gonna try and go step by step. Remember, there is a giveaway somewhere squeezed into this video, so don't miss that out and participate. But I want to go start from the start. I want to go right from the beginning, and I feel like I should start from foundations. Okay, so even though I'm doing like my top 3, there's no order to these 3. Like, it's not like best and then runner-up and second runner-up. That's not the intention. These are just my top 3 as of right now in general, in no particular order. This will stand for every single category I talk about through this entire video. The first one I want to talk about is this Lakme 9 to 5 Primer Plus Foundation. Now, this foundation had surprised me. If you are a regular watcher of my content here on YouTube, you know very well I did an entire swatch series. I did a wear test, and ever since then this one has become my favorite go-to everyday foundation. I actually own, I think, about 3 foundations at the moment. Every time there's a sale and I'm restocking on some of my favorites, I make it a point to buy another one of these. I've also bought a couple of these and gifted them to my friends and my mom and here and there, because I genuinely think it is so good. It blends onto the skin really beautifully. It has a medium to really buildable coverage, and I genuinely want to give Lakme credit for going ahead and creating a decent shade range compared to what they used to do. This is a really good shade range, and I do know that they added on some more at a later point of time also. The shade I wear is Warm Caramel W320, and it works for my skin really well and really beautifully. Okay, then I have 2 relatively newer finds, and I'm really happy and impressed that they're making it to my top 3 because I've just been so happy with the results. The next one over here is the H2O Skin Tint. This one is from Pixi, and I wear this in the shade Warm. This goes on like a dream. Now keep in mind, this has like super like sheer to medium coverage. If you're looking for a full coverage foundation, this is not it. This performs like a tint, but I'm really happy with it because I feel like it kind of just reminds me of that my skin but better feels, if you know what I mean. I really like it. It's a really good shade match. So if you're around my skin tone, which is an NC42, and I mean, I fluctuate between being an NC40-41 to an NC43 depending how tan I am, depending on what season it is. Warm should do the job really well. I know it's burning out right now, but I'll make sure to kind of put in a little bit of b-roll of how this packaging looks. It's the typical standard branding Pixi in that sage green green shade, and I really like it. I actually just quickly want to butt in and tell you this is not in my top 3 because I haven't worn it enough, but what I'm actually wearing on my face right now is Laura Mercier's Tinted Moisturizer. It has very sheer coverage. Because I was describing this, I realized that the Laura Mercier one and this are fairly similar in nature. I'm repeating myself. This is not in my top 3. I'm literally just testing it out still, but this one is because I have worn it a few times and I love what it looks like on my skin. It just looks nice and full and not like makeup, you know what I mean, which is very, very my vibe. I like my skin to look like skin. Like for me, if somebody comes up to me and says आपका मेकअप बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, आपका फाउंडेशन बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, to me that is not really a compliment. To me, if somebody comes to me and says while I have makeup on, आपका skin बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, then that to me is a compliment, because you want your makeup to look as natural as possible. Even though we put color and pigments on our skin, on our face, the skin work should look very, very natural, and that's very important to me, which is probably why I have number 3 over here. Oh my god, you saw me test out Giorgio Armani's Luminous Silk in one of my vlogs. If you watch my vlogs regularly, you recognize this baby. I was so impressed with the finish of this foundation. Again, starts out fairly medium-ish, I won't say sheer, but medium-ish, but builds up so beautifully, stays put on your face so nicely. I do not have large pores, so I don't want to comment to that. If you have large pores, then definitely try Lakme, because this does work on large pores as well. I've worn it on my friends and stuff. I've applied it for them too. I can't comment whether Giorgio Armani's Luminous Silk will work for you with large pores, but for me, what I felt about this foundation was that it gave me that very natural, soft radiance. I wasn't even wearing like liquid stove highlighter or anything under it, and it just worked. You know what I mean? It just worked. Like, I have a new benchmark in my head of what a natural but like medium buildable coverage foundation should do. And believe me, I've used a lot of foundations in my life. I love Makeup Forever foundations. I know that Nars, I have great Nars foundations. Like, there's so many brands that I've tried at this point of time. But Luminous Silk just pushed the envelope so much for me. In the few wears that I've gotten over the last month and a half, that I've been really, really floored by it. So definitely it has to be in my top 3. Okay, after foundation comes concealer, so I'm going to try and do this step by step like I mentioned. I'm going to go ahead and mention the most obvious one first, because you have seen me use the L'Oreal Infallible so many times here on my channel as well as on my Instagram. I used to wear the shade 312, but I switched over to the shade 314 sometime end of last year or early this year. Whenever I go 312, I thought that the shade was fine, but I definitely needed a corrector to add that little warmth, to add that, to cut away that grayness from my under eyes. With 314, I don't even need an add-on corrector. It just does the job so well, so beautifully, and it doesn't really crease as much as so many other concealers do. Which brings me to number 2. Now, here's a concealer that doesn't crease for me at all. I make it a point to set everything, guys, because I do have fine lines and I do have like a lot of dark circles and stuff, so I tend to set everything irrespective, but I know that these crease less, the ones I'm showing you today. This is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have been wearing this for a really long time, and strangely, the one I'm actually holding in my hand is fully empty. I literally just finished it on my face, so this is going to be in my product empties really soon. I have already bought another one, don't worry. I stock up on my favorites. I stock up on my favorites like crazy. Now, this one over here also doesn't really need me to use corrector. I can go ahead and use a corrector if I just want to really amp up the coverage. I have done that today, but you can wear this by itself, and I love that about it. Of course, the downside is that I do not think Nars is available in India just yet, but the pace at which all our beauty platforms are going, I think this will come into India really soon too. Okay, this third concealer I did not see coming. I was very, very impressed. I was very, very surprised. My third one was originally going to be the M.A.C Pro Long Wear Concealer, because I have grown to love that concealer so much. I really, really do. It was a real tie between the M.A.C and the one I'm about to show you, but then I kind of decided to go with this one because I realized this was more just accessible price-wise, and also because the brand really surprised me. Like, look, we all know a lot of M.A.C's products are just downright awesome, right? Because we all know that M.A.C creates like really high performance makeup artist level products. So we know that that's awesome and it's a given. But I was super impressed when I realized that Lakme's new concealer does the job even for someone like me. Now I have to kind of just put this out there. I've always liked Lakme's eyeliners, I've liked their lipsticks, I've liked like a lot of their color products, but when it's come to foundation and concealer like skin products, I have been a little bit cynical. So the fact that they've kind of managed to bring their skin products, both the foundation as well as the concealer over here on my top 3 is the biggest compliment that I could give them as a brand. This Mattreal Mousse concealer, because I want to get the name right, really has been working for me. It does crease, I'm gonna go out and say that like really honestly, it does crease, maybe especially for me, because again I said I crease really easily with my fine lines and with my dark circles, so I make it a point to set it immediately. But the moussey texture of this product is so bloody beautiful. It goes on really nice and smooth. It's also one of those concealers, I want to say, which like Infallible, you can wear just by itself with no foundation, and you can wear it with a full face of makeup. So I really appreciate that about it. I wear this in the shade 05 Toffee, and I just want to say, Lakme, if anybody from your team is watching, you guys are killing it with your skin launches, honestly. Okay, then we're gonna get into setting powders. Now you guys know I like compacts, but I'm not the biggest fan of compacts, okay? I prefer loose powders to compacts, at least as of right now. I used to be a compact baby, but now I'm a hardcore loose powder baby, just because I feel like it works with more skin types. It works with dry under eyes, it works with dry skin, and it's something you can totally bake with as well if the powder that you're working with is finely milled enough. And now this is a category that I kind of struggled with, because I really wanted to give you a top 5 and not a top 3. Maybe I should do like an honorary mention of the other 2, but first let me give you the top 3. First, and right out of the way, just out the door, I want to give you Maybelline's Fit Me, because you know how much I love this, you know how much I use this. Medium 25 is my shade. I literally have it on me right now. I love what this powder does to my under eyes. No matter what concealer I'm using, if I need to neutralize too much yellow, if I need to neutralize too much corrector, if I need to neutralize anything, this works really well. Now I also want to say something in particular about the formulation of this powder. It's not very finely milled, which basically means you cannot bake with it, and if you use too much of this, you will dry out your under eyes. But what's beautiful about it is that even if you put a little bit too much and you realize soon enough, you can dust it off and your skin will look absolutely fine. I feel like this must have been a really complex formula for them to come up with, simply because usually when you're looking for a loose powder, it's meant to be really fine, it's meant to sit in really nice and small. This is much thicker than some of the others in the market, and still this is a hot favorite. This does provide coverage. So many of the other loose powders don't really provide as much coverage, or just do the concealing, correcting, neutralizing job as well. But Maybelline Fit Me, I mean, this product is magic. It's just magic. I want to put that out there. I wish we had as many shades available in India as they do have globally. Want to also put that out there. But if you are around my skin tone, again, 25 medium should do the trick. Okay, then I have K by Katrina over here. I wear this in the shade Olive, and I think it works really beautifully. I also have the shade Pecan, so I kind of go back and forth, but I'll end up using Olive a lot more. Now, one feedback, or rather one thing I want to kind of let you know about this particular product is that I'm not a fan of the packaging over here. The packaging in general is super, it's great, all of that is really cute. The packaging inside I'm not a huge fan of. I feel like this netting thing really confuses me, because when I want to take out more product and I want to turn it upside down, too much comes out. Maybe that's just a me thing also, just want to put that out there. But as a product, it's really nice. It's finely milled enough for you to go ahead and set as well as bake. So I kind of want to give them some brownie points there that they've managed to do that. They have a pretty decent shade range. K by Katrina in general, I think as a brand, has a pretty good shade range. I am yet to do like a full face and a try on of the foundation. I've tried it in general once, but not enough to be able to do a thorough review for you on it. But yeah, this loose powder is definitely in my top 3 for one of those made in India brands, indie brands, I guess. Can you call them an indie brand? I'm confused. Can you call K by Katrina an indie brand? I mean, it is a joint venture between Nykaa and K by Katrina, so I don't know if one would call it an independent brand, but it's a good brand nevertheless, and I want to give credit where credit is due. The third one, okay, so I was really on the fence about what the third one should be, because like I said, there are 2 other honorary mentions I feel like I want to give, but I could not go through this video without mentioning Fenty's loose setting powder. I wear this in the shade Banana. This is from their Pro Filtr skin range. This powder is magic. I don't know how else to put it. This powder is magic. It is so finely milled. You can set it, you can just touch it and leave it for a little bit of coverage if you don't want too much. You can bake with it, you can reverse contour with it. This is one of those powders that I know I will repurchase and repurchase and repurchase and repurchase. I just know it. And it is a high-end baby, especially if you're shopping from India, especially when you're converting dollars to rupees and that whole thing. But I promise you, it is so worth it. The job it does, even with someone like me who is really like usually deep set eyes, under eyes, dark circles. I love this. I love this one so much. I'll just quickly tell you about the 2 honorary mentions I had. Over here, I had Laura Mercier, which is again a really beautiful translucent setting powder. I know they came up with a slightly like highlighter version of the same translucent. I have not yet tried that, but I just feel like it's a loose shimmer powder kind of a thing, but I haven't really gotten into that. And the other one was the Jeffree Star loose powder. I know Jeffree Star is now available in India, however they have not done a very good job of bringing newer products and a good shade range into India. So I have to say I was very disappointed when I saw Jeffree Star Cosmetics available in India, because I was like, what is this product selection? This is really old stock. It makes no sense, and it does not suit, it is not tailored at all to the Indian consumer. Yeah, so just kind of want to put that out there. But just in case they do come up online by the time this video goes live, the shade I wear in the loose setting powder from Jeffree Star is Topaz. So if you are ordering it from their American website and shipping it to India or wherever you're buying it from, the shade that I wear in that is Topaz, and it's beautiful. It's almost as good as the Fenty one. Both of them for me are like head to head. I really had to pick one, and it was painful doing that because both of them are so fantastic. But yeah, there's my 2 cents on it. Okay, so some people do eyes and then face, and some others do face and then eyes. I go with whatever my mood feels like. Today I'm going to go in with bronzer and then blush over here. The first one I'm going to get out of the way in each category are those that are just most obvious. You guys see me using them the most. Hoola has been part of my holy grail for far too long. Benefit has done just such a kick-ass job with this formulation, with this shade. This shade actually is so perfect for me to dip into and just do a natural wash on the eyes as well. If you ever see me in my vlogs wearing something that's not really like eyeshadow but something that looks natural, and if I have some makeup on, it's probably this. I reach out for this for my face as well as eyes all the time. I have Hit Pan on this, and this isn't my first Hoola ever, obviously. I think this is like my, I want to say it's my 3rd, and I already have another one stocked up. Like I said, I love stocking up on things and keeping them. So yeah, this one is a no-brainer. If you're looking out for a good bronzer, again, super finely milled and does such a beautiful job and multitasks as eyeshadow pigment for a natural wash really beautifully, you have to try out Hoola. Then I have Huda Beauty. Okay, so this Tantour is a product that I saw online and was mesmerized by, and I was like, oh my god, I hope that this actually in performance is also just as nice as all the hype. I think I picked this up when I was in Cannes for Cannes Film Festival in April 2019 or May 2019, I think. I have a vlog from there, maybe you should go check that out. And I love this product. I was very intrigued when I remember seeing communication online about it being cream to powder, and I was like, cream to powder, wo kya hota hai? And it is cream to powder. It goes on so beautifully. It's very normal skin friendly, oily skin friendly, and very, very dry skin friendly. I have dry skin, so you guys know a lot of my opinions will come from that experience, and I really love it. The shade I picked up in this is light. There is a lot of pigment packed in this, so don't go buying the medium or the deep if you're around my skin tone. And just make sure you try and build up the product little by little, because it is really, really pigmented. So don't go very heavy-handed just off the bat. The third product I have in this bronzer slash contour category is this stick over here from K by Katrina. I have been using this for a while. You know, I feel like, again, just in case somebody from K by Katrina is watching this video, some feedback for you guys. Your crayons and the labeling is really confusing. I get super confused between which ones are the eyeshadow sticks and which ones are the you know, contour, and I think that they have a lot of products that look similar in the stick category. So I wish there was some more labeling, some more printing of that nature, and the shade names are just too tiny. You really have to look, because again the K monogram is all over, but as a product coming into the formulation, beautiful, blends so nicely whether you build up or you take a lot. It really is one of those super versatile players in my makeup vanity that I can use for a regular daily look, or I can really play up also. You can totally take some on your finger right off the pencil and use it as eyeshadow as well. I have done that a few times. I'm big time into using one product as two, or just kind of trying to simplify my makeup routine in whatever way I can, and this one really helps with that for sure. Just in case I didn't mention this earlier, each and every product that I mentioned will be linked down below in the comments, so if something catches your eye, don't worry, just go ahead and click on the links down below. Okay, now I want to dive into blushes, and I'm going to follow this little routine of getting the most obvious ones out of the way really quickly. I have Flower Beauty's Sweet Pea over here. As you can see, I have broken the lid and hit pan, and I'm not opening up the new one just yet because I'm like, isko main khatam karungi, phir naya wala kholungi, which I think I should just throw this away. It looks so bad on camera, but I really love this blush. I feel like it gives you that pinched cheek effect. Of course, that has to do with the fact that the shade is so perfect for my skin tone. It really beautifully just enhances my apples or my cheekbones depending on how I've chosen to like apply my blush on that day. I say this all the time when I'm doing a tutorial, and I will say it again. Blush by nature as a formula is a product that will be the first to leave your face. It is a powder pigment that will, your highlighter will probably stay for longer, but your blush, no matter how good, how high-end, how luxurious it is, if it is a powder-based blush, not a tinty, creamy one, it will be the first thing you will see pigment go away from. It's just how the product is, right? It's just how it's structured. So I always remind you guys when I'm doing tutorials to add a little bit more blush than intended, because in 1 hour you will see it come back to a lot more pinched cheek state. So don't judge the blush look. Like right now, the way you're seeing my blush is a lot softer than I did when I applied it like an hour ago, and that's totally normal for blushes. So just kind of reminding you of that over here. The next blush I have is from Cuffs and Lashes. I have been so drawn towards using this since I got my hands on it. This is from their Cuppy Cake collection, which is just such a cute name, and it's in the number 20. It's a really pretty pink, but it has a little bit of peach in it as well, and works really well for skin tone like mine. I have to compliment them. They sent me this in PR. I have to compliment them that they sent me some really nice shades basis my skin tone, and that's really cool. I really like the way this goes on. Again, I make it a point to add more than I need to, because I know it will move away fairly quickly as compared to everything else like any other blush would. But this one is really nice and super affordable. So yeah, this one's another one that's on my list. Okay, then I have what I think might be my current favorite blush. Just gonna put that out there. This one's from Nars. It is the most predictable Orgasm. Now I have tried this a bunch of times before, but when I bought it, you guys saw that big fat haul that I did, I think. I got this in a little mini duo. So what I have over here is Orgasm, but I also have Laguna with it, which is a bronzer. Laguna is really nice too, but I feel like of the two, Orgasm has more of like you know, I'm more drawn into this for orgasm, and it's one of those shades that really goes on beautifully, marries into the skin and the base so beautifully. It does have a touch of shimmer. I just spat a little bit. It does have a touch of shimmer in it, no doubt about that, but I don't mind it because it's not like shiny. It's really nice and soft and almost doesn't need me to go in separately for a highlight if all I'm looking for is a soft glowy look. Of course, if you want to build it up, be my guest. You know I love a good highlighter. I love a good beam. So should we do highlighters next? Then let's do highlighters next. Okay, I'm literally getting the most obvious highlighter out of the way. What I have over here is Revolution's Cheek Kit. This is in the shade Fresh Perspective, and this is something I'm so drawn to. I, on a day off, if I'm not filming or something, and I use Hoola for like that little wash on my eyes, I typically go into this and just brighten up my inner corners because it adds that kapow effect. Kapow, 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 kapow. It sounds weird, but you know what I mean. I don't typically take just one of these four. I tend to just roll my brush around all four of them. Guys, you know, my idea of a highlighter is something that isn't shiny, isn't shimmery. It's just soft, glowing radiance. That's what my idea of a highlighter is. It's something that you should be able to scrape off and mix with a moisturizer and apply on your body if you want to. You know what I mean? And then, and I know I'm very, very demanding when I say this, but even though I want it to be soft, glowy radiance, I also want to be able to build it up and have that beaming effect if I want to. So I want a lot out of my powder highlighters. So I want a lot out of my powder highlighters, clearly. And this one does the job without burning a hole in my pocket, which is freaking fantastic. Okay, this one is an OG of mine. I, for a really long time, avoided using this because I felt like every time someone asked me about a highlighter, I would just say, yeah, my favorite highlighter is soft and gentle, soft and gentle, soft and gentle, soft and gentle. At one point of time, I remember way back when, I kind of felt like I was shoving soft and gentle down everybody's throats. So I remember taking a step back and saying, oh my god, I need to talk about other highlighters also. And then now I feel like I neglected this baby for really long. So here's a new one because I just repurchased it, and I love a good soft and gentle, guys. Soft and gentle is one of my M.A.C OG products. It's one of those products that I will never get bored of using. It's just one of those products that got me into highlighters when I started getting into makeup a really long time ago, many years ago. And if doesn't matter actually with soft and gentle, if you're around my skin tone or deeper or lighter, this will just add that radiance and that glow that I was telling you about earlier. It's so stunning. Okay, this one is a new find. My highlighter number 3 is a new find. It's actually, I was confused about putting it in here because I was like, is it a highlighter? But I'm like, you know what? In case you're looking for some variety, I have a non-powder based highlighter. Here I have Ilana's. I think they're calling it like an illuminating and hydrating strobe cream. I have used this as highlighter at the end of the makeup look as well. And I have used this mixed with foundation. And I have used this just like before foundation and then applied foundation after I've blended this on my skin. My favorite way of using this hands down is either with the foundation or before the foundation, because after you have to blend it really quickly, right? Because you don't want it to get patchy on your foundation. Otherwise you'll see the foundation move in certain parts where this sets down, which is not a fun look. But this one is such a good product. The shade I have is Golden Hour, and it works really beautiful for typical medium Indian skin tone like mine. And I just love it. I feel like it's genuinely what it says. It's illuminating, it's very radiant, it's a soft glow finish, and I like that about it. I'm gonna stop to have a sip of water, and in case you haven't had any water today or haven't met your water goal today, go ahead and have some water as well, please. While we're all having some water, let's go ahead and tell you about the giveaway for the day. And it's time for the giveaway in this Vlogmas video. Go ahead and read all of the instructions mentioned on the screen really carefully and follow them to the T to be able to win this giveaway. All the best! Okay, I hope you had some water with me. Pani peena bahut zaruri hai. Please stay hydrated. Otherwise, no matter what makeup you're wearing on your face, there's no water inside. That soft, glowy radiance will not show. Is it time to go into eyeshadows? I think it's time to go into eyeshadows. Eyeshadow number 1 over here is from Sugar. You guys have seen me use this 02 Warrior set for a while. The pan is a mess. please do not judge. I really like using this because I feel like they're super pigmented products. They do have a certain amount of fallout, but it's worth it. That fallout is worth it because there's also pigment on your lid that is really easy to blend one to another, like if you're mixing different shades. I also want to compliment how they have like a mix of a couple of shimmery shades with another few matte ones, and I feel like very few drugstore brands, affordable brands really get that combination right, which I feel like this palette definitely has. Another, since I'm mentioning drugstore eyeshadow palettes, another one is this NYX Ultimate palette over here. This is in the shade Warm Rust. I have to say, this is just, it's so satisfying to me. The fact that they've taken one shade and given me 3 different variations in that, in finish, whether there's shimmer, some glitter, and then the matte, it's so satisfying to me. And I love this. This is like a nice small size, like it's like the size of my palm kind of palette. Fits into travel bags really easily. I've traveled with this so much. If you're around my skin tone, you will find a lot of use, a lot of wear from this palette. I feel like I've been able to do really natural, really dramatic, really smoky, fairly glittery, shimmery looks from this as well, and it lasts really nice and long. And since I'm talking a lot about also those natural washes I do with Hoola, let me just go one step further and in this palette point out to this particular pigment over here that makes for a really beautiful natural wash as well. Okay, I have to admit, this third palette I was kind of on the fence about. The reason I was on the fence about is because it's now officially unavailable, but I felt like it was the only way I could think of paying tribute to my favorite beauty guru. And I felt so bad when I heard about the brand shutting down. If you don't know what I'm talking about Tati Beauty. I remember when she launched both Halo as well as these eyeshadows, which was I think the first drop, followed by the Blendifuls. I literally ordered them all on the first day this launched, and then even when the Blendiful launched on their first day, because they launched separately. I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. You know, for me, I'm just in general a sucker for the fact that you get, like I just said in the NYX palette also, I'm a sucker for the fact that you could get that one shade in so many different finishes, whether it's matte and then you go into slightly shimmer, sequin effect, shimmery effect, glittery effect, and they did such a good job. Tati did just such a good job with the monochromatic layering, the textures, the way they are. I reached for this palette so much when I first got my hands on it, and then I remember I had to slow myself down with it because when I was filming, I would realize that not a lot of people would buy it from America and ship it to India. As a creator, I was like, okay, I can't keep doing this. I need to use more of what's available in India, which I normally do. But with this palette, I definitely got a little bit carried away. I love that it comes with a full-size mirror situation going on over here, which is so beautiful. And it's a big size palette. This is not like a palm size palette. This is like just for some like measure, ratio and proportion. I'm really sad that it's not going to be available anymore. I'm really sad the brand is not going to be, you know, is shutting down because they announced that recently. But I love what they did with this. The color payoff, the pigmentation, barely any fallout, the way they would blend with one another and on the skin was just beautiful. I don't think I will ever get rid of this even once it expires. It's just one of those things I will keep as a memento, because I feel like I was so attached to the launch, and she's a creator that I follow really closely. Tati has been someone I've watched for years. When I got into YouTube properly and on my own in 2017, Tati was one of the first creators somebody recommended to me, and I was like, oh my god, she speaks honestly and she gives really good reviews, and her vibe is so honest and calm and chill, and she's not really into hopping onto trends, but she's very like, you know, she keeps it classy, and I really, I think I just identified with that. And apart from the fact that I could relate to it to an extent, I think I also drew inspiration from it. I'm going to stop raving on about Tati, but for many reasons, this is in my top 3. And now you know some of those reasons. After eyeshadow palette, I think it kind of makes sense to go into eyeliners. Wait, I didn't do brows, so let's do brows after liners. Okay, so for my eyeliners, I want to show you first off, I have Colorbar over here. Now these are Colorbar liners, the felt liners from the Jacqueline collab range. I love what they've done with this product over here. Unfortunately, these are only available in the shades black and blue. I honestly would have gone forward and bought every single color in this range because they did such a good job with the formulation. It's a beautiful matte pigment. I think for the first time ever when I swatched two eyeliners next to one another, I almost said, oh my god, I like the blue better than I like the black, and then I was like, am I really saying that? I'm doing some quick swatches on my hand just to show you what I mean. Of course, they're not going to look matte right now because I've literally just applied them while talking to you. But this is what the colors look like. They're so stunning. They dry down to a full matte. So I think I should remind myself to come back to this in a couple of minutes and show you. Actually, wow, the blue has almost already settled. Just see how it looks. I love what these look like. It is so beautiful. Wait, I feel like that footage isn't really doing justice to how good it's looking. Let me do a quick photo over here and show you how stunning it's looking. Okay, I just clicked a picture of both the swatches on my hand, and it's so beautiful. The color payoff is stunning, the matte finish is stunning, it goes on really easily, the felt tip is good enough to really maneuver and get that precision at the end of your wing, which kind of I want to go into my second selection for the top 3. This one really surprised me, okay, because Mars Cosmetics was a brand that I hadn't heard of till I saw a few people receiving PR from it, and then I ordered a couple of products from them. What I have over here is the Ink Black Liquid Liner, and oh my god, the precision this gives me is mind-blowing. This costs some 100 and something rupees, 120 rupees or something. I just check out the link down below in the info box. My mind was blown. They are making in China, which is probably how they're able to make this so cheap. I'm still confused about how it's so cheap. I'm just like, what? How are you doing this? But the product is really good. I don't know much about the ingredient list, so I want to put that out there, because to me, the minute something becomes that cheap in my head, I start questioning that. But if I just take the product experience and makeup effect, hands down, this has been so good. I'm gonna go over next to Benefit's Roller Liner. Now this one is something I've been using for a really long time. I think it's almost over. I think it's time to order another one of these. Really good liner. In case you haven't picked up on it, all the 3 liners I've recommended to you are felt liners because I'm a complete felt liner baby. I love liquid liners and I like kajal pencils and all of that, and I love gel pots and all of that is great. But for me, what I feel most drawn to are felt liners, and in that sense, I just feel like the precision that it gives you, the way you're able to maneuver a wing, all of that is just fantastic for me. So I prefer a felt liner personally over most others. My second preference would be liquid liners, hands down. But yeah, just kind of putting that out there that all 3 of them are felt liners and I love them. Okay, I missed talking about brows earlier, so we're quickly gonna go back into brows for a second because I can't believe I forgot about that. Now, I have a top 4 instead of a top 3 because I'm like really confused. But let me walk you through a couple of them first, and then I'll tell you why I have a top 4. First and foremost, I have Benefit's Brow Pomade. Now this baby over here, in the shade number 5 by the way. Now this baby over here is something else. It comes like this. It has like little ridges on the side where it's like a little leveling of ridges over here on the side where you can kind of wipe off any excess product when you're picking it up. It also comes with an angled brush and which has a spoolie on the other end, which is pretty fantastic. I feel like this might be the best brow product I have absolutely ever tried in my entire life. And that really is saying something. I feel like when I used this for a couple of days in a row in the middle, and I felt like, oh my god, you know, I'm a creature of habit. Like I said with Soft and Gentle, or like I said with Tati Beauty, sometimes as a consumer, I'm so in love with the product that I'll end up reaching for it all the time that I have to remind myself, hello, as a creator, don't do that, because your audience will need variety for different kind of tutorials. They don't want to see you use the same brow product everywhere. But This is, I mean, I cannot even begin to tell you how absolutely amazing this product is. I was blown away. I was like, wow. It fills up the brow hairs beautifully, lifts them perfectly, seamlessly, easily, keeps them in place. Enough tarifs about it, you get the picture. The next one I have over here is Hazelnut Shade K by Katrina brow product right here. It's a pencil. Again, same issue with like shade and the, you know, the monogram. Really have to struggle to read hazelnut, and there's no other labeling at all on this. But it's a really good pencil. It's waxy and just waxy enough, holds the brows in place for a decent amount of time. It's a beautiful shade as well. I want to say that they've done a really good job with shade selections, because sometimes they're too light brown or too grayish almost. So I feel like this shade is really good for brow hair like mine. And yeah, again, this is something I used to reach to quite a bit. Now, in the next, I was a little bit confused about what to do, and I'll tell you why. So originally, my third one was this clear brow gel from Anastasia, which is a really phenomenal product. Okay, Anastasia brow products in general are so fantastic. I wish we had more options of their range available in India. Like Benefit has so many. I wish that Anastasia also had more products available in India. But today I was trying out a face of a few new makeup items, some that I had tried, but some new makeup items while filming something for Instagram. So if you see this top and this look on Instagram, then you know I shot this on the same day. I tried this new product that I am absolutely smitten by. Let me show you what my brows look like. This is after a couple of hours of wear. I am so impressed. This is the Pixi Natural Brow Duo. It has a pencil on one side, but a pencil in the sense, not a pointy pencil. It has like a block pencil on one side. It is so buttery. I don't even want to say like waxy. Okay, maybe like a touch waxy, but mostly buttery in application. Goes on so smooth, goes on so easy. I was very impressed. And pigmented, okay, like pigmented in the sense I didn't have to work hard on it. And then there's a brow gel on the other side that is also brown in color, and this is basically what the other end spoolie and all looks like. Super nice. I mean, I've been looking at my brows in the bigger mirror on the side since I wore my makeup, and I was like, wow, my brows look good today, and I want to give the credit to this particular product over here. Okay, so now since we went from liner and we had to go up to brows, we're going to come back down here and talk mascaras. Okay, once again, first and foremost, getting the most obvious one out of the way. I'm getting out of the way Lash Paradise, which is from L'Oreal Paris. You guys have seen me talk about this. You guys have seen me use it. You guys know how much I love it. You guys know how it adds so much volume and drama to my lashes. Some people do have trouble in getting this off their lashes, so I just want to leave a little tip for you over here. Use an oil-based makeup remover. A normal micellar might not make the cut because it is like a super like waterproofy texture. It's really good. I'm just gonna say that and leave that there because I don't want to keep going ganas about it that you guys have already heard me sing before. Then I want to get into this Jacqueline Fernandez and Colorbar collab over here. Again, such a beautiful formula, so nice, adds length, adds some volume. It doesn't add, like, in a sense, I think the name of the exact name of this lash is, it's called Swim Proof Mascara, by the way. The exact name of this mascara is the Active Swim Proof Mascara, so it's obviously waterproof. For me, I feel like it didn't add just a lot of volume and a lot of length. It added some length and some volume, which works for me because I have really shitty lashes in general. So if you can make me happy by adding some volume and some length, or a lot of volume or a lot of length, either of those, any of those three things work for me. And this made me really happy, just really happy. In case you guys haven't noticed, I haven't been wearing false lashes for a while, just because I feel like I'm testing out so many products of late that I kind of want to just kind of let them be more natural, be more simple, and be able to show you what things look like on me. Which brings me to the third mascara, which is what I have on my eyes right now, and I'm in love with it. This was like the simplest hand, by the way, that like halke haath se maine lagaya hai aaj. What I have over here is the Dark Star mascara from Pat McGrath Labs. Oh my god, I'm in love. Like, this mascara is worth all the hype it gets on the internet. This is the first Pat McGrath product that I'm trying in general, and I've told myself that I need to order a lot more. I'm really happy with it. The hold, the curl, the length, the volume it gives to my lashes, I'm super happy with it. Of course, the downside of this particular product is that it is not available in India, but you can order it and have it shipped to India, so that's not a problem. It's not just available in any Indian retailer or e-tailer. As I film this video, you never know what might change overnight by the time this video comes live. Wow, we are done with almost all the product categories, which leaves me with the very last one, which is lipsticks. I want to first get into one of my all-time favorite formulations ever, which are the liquid lipsticks from Huda Beauty. These liquid lipsticks are absolutely everything. They are so lightweight on the lips. They last a good amount of time. They have a whole amazing shade range in this collection. They are all available in India now, I believe, and I was really happy when Huda Beauty came to India, you guys, because I was like, okay, now I don't have to rely on Jay in Dubai, buying them and sending them with someone, or ordering it online and sending it to Jay and then waiting for him to come, and all of that jazz. Huda is available in India, and the shade that I have in my hand over here today is Trophy Wife. I feel like they've just really killed it with the shades. Naturally, everything I'm talking about today is more from a formula perspective than a shade perspective. Shade preferences will change between us, but the formula of this is just kick-ass. Then I have Charlotte Tilbury's Bullet Lipstick over here. Again, this is a shade that I was wearing and a bullet that I was wearing for so long. I absolutely love it. I have Pillow Talk in my hand over here. Their copper packaging is really beautiful. They have these ridges going on all the sides. This lipstick is really nice and soft. It does transfer from the lips, but I don't mind it, in all honesty, just because the feel and the lightweightness is really nice. And the shade range is pretty nice too. I hope that they do more shades and they bring more shades available in India. But in general, I also really like Charlotte Tilbury as a brand, and I like their bullet lipsticks. I think that the third lipstick is a little bit of a no-brainer, and it's also what I have on my lips here today. I'm talking about Verified. In case you have been living under a rock, Verified is my very own beauty brand. It is a vegan, cruelty-free brand, and we launched with my own range of lipsticks. I have 10 beautiful shades. Each of these shades have been formulated, customized from like scratch to the end, to bring to you an experience that is really smooth like butter. That's why my lipsticks are called butter to matte long wear lipsticks. The way they're formulated is that they're enriched with jojoba, vitamin E. We have argan in them as well as cocoa butter. We're paraben free, talc free, toxin free, fragrance free, alcohol free. We're a bunch of things free essentially, and the idea was to create something that was really beautiful, that was really kind to the environment, and that really creates a unique experience for you. So when you wear these, it glides on like butter and lasts all through the day. Give it like a minute or a couple of minutes to settle down and become matte on your lips, just so that it sits on your lips all day long. These lipsticks are priced at 899 rupees inclusive of taxes, and of course we have free shipping across India, no matter whether you're buying one lipstick or you're buying all 10 or more than 10. Also, a gentle reminder to the little offer that we have coming up to celebrate my 10th blog-iversary on the 8th of December. We have a flash sale. Please don't just follow me on Instagram, also follow Verified on Instagram, because we put up a lot of cool content over there, and I'm working on a lot of cool content coming up for its Instagram and Verified's YouTube channel. So if you haven't followed those pages as yet, please go ahead and check out the info box down below. There will be links for every single thing. Okay, and with that we come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it all the way here, the secret code for today's video is flash sale. So go on and leave it down below in the comments, and I'll know which of you really watched my videos all the way till the end. I hope you participate in the giveaway for the day, and also the Wear Fam comment shout out for the day goes to Kavita Shah. Please come talk to me in the comments down below, because you guys know I love reading, liking, hearting and responding to each and every one of your comments. I make it a point to do that a couple of times a day. I make sure I do that literally, because your comments mean the world to me. They are the magic in my life. I mean that. And yeah, just they keep me going. So leave even requests, video ideas, suggestions, things you want to see down below, and use the hashtag WearFam if you want to be in one of my next WearFam comment shoutouts. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.